Do you know how to spot fake weights? Benching 405 is mind-bogglingly amazing. Hell, even benching 315 or 225 is really good. But how do you know that those weights are authentic all the time? Sure, your popular influencers like Sam Sulek or Larry Wheels is like using real weights because they travel all over the world and move heavy shit.
Boy, ain't no weight, bro.
But what about those sketchy videos with the 480p resolution with guys claiming that they can rep out 405? In this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs to spot fake plates. Before we get to that, let me test you on your gym knowledge. I'm going to show you 3 videos and you tell me which one is using fake plates. If you chose option 2, then you're correct. Good job, bro. You know your shit. This is actually a video of Congressman Jamal Bowman supposedly benching 405 pounds, and I simply don't buy it. This video was actually sent to me by a client of mine asking if 405 pounds for a bench press is good for a 40-year-old, and my mind immediately went kaboom. Benching 405 pounds is a crazy weight, even for like the top 5% of roid heads, okay? The average person can eat trenbolone sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 5 years, and they'll never come close to benching 405 pounds. Now you're telling me that this 40-year-old congressman is able to rep out 405 pounds? I think not. Not to shame anyone, but just take a look at his physique. That is not screaming, I can bench 405 pounds. Sure, you can say a lot of powerlifters and strongmen have a stomach, right? But it's actually called a power gun, and they can move hella weight with that. Just take a look at Kiriko's Grizzly. That dude's a fucking behemoth, and he can carry all the boats in the world. After I was sent this video, within the first 5 seconds, I can tell these were fake plates, but it had me wondering, how many other people are being fooled by this? That's why I made this video. Let's get into it. Sign number 1, the bar does not bend whatsoever. You see, when you start stacking really heavy weight on the bar, like 315 or more, when the lifter unracks the weight, you should start to see the bar just bow a little bit. If you don't, those are probably fake plates, or it's not the weight that they're saying that they're doing. A good way to spot this is to look at when the lifter bounces the weight off their chest. You know when people try to go for like their 1 rep max and they like try to cheat by bouncing the weight off their chest? If you don't see a bend in the bar and the bar does not bend when they do that bouncing thing, it's fake weights. Sign number 2, they make the weight look way too easy when they're benching. Now, before you guys bring it to stake and call me a hater for saying that, hey, just because someone's making it look easy doesn't mean it's fake weights. That's not what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of lifters out there that can make 405 pounds look really easy, but it's important to pay attention to their body language when they're holding the weight up. I know a decent amount of lifters online that can make 405 pounds look light, but at the end of the day, 405 pounds is 405 pounds, okay? When you're trying to stabilize that kind of weight, your arms are shaking, your shoulders are shaking, your whole body's trembling because you're trying to stabilize that weight. If you're not seeing that and someone's just calmly just moving the weight up in the air, and especially if they don't look like they're very strong, some red flags should be flying. In this video, the congressman is not shaking. You don't see his elbows shaking or his triceps. It just looks way too easy. As a matter of fact, the common thing that a lot of lifters do when they're trying to pretend to lift heavy is that they'll actually use real weights with the fake plates. So what they'll do is put real plates on the inside, and then on the outside, the additional plates will be fake. So in reality here, Congressman Bowman's probably lifting 225, if that, maybe even 135. Tip number 3, the bar has an unusual bar path. What I mean by that is that you're seeing the bar move side to side a lot or up and down. Try to remember the last time you tried to do a 1 rep max on the bench press. When you're pressing up, you're trying to hold on to that momentum to steadily go up. You might even hit a sticking point, but at any point, if the bar starts to go back down towards you, there's like a 90% chance that you're not going to be able to get that up, okay? You need a spotter. When people use fake weights and try to pretend to struggle, they'll go sideways. You'll see the bar go up and down, right? Because they're trying to convince the viewers that this is really heavy weight. In reality, the bar is pretty steady because you don't have the strength to move the weight side to side. It's simply an up and down motion. Up, you're living for the next set, or 2, you better hope that there's a spotter there. So that's something easy to spot. To further prove my point on how fake these weights are that this congressman is supposedly benching, take a look at his last rep. As he's pressing up, the bar drifts a little too high on his chest, closer to his neck. Okay, if you were to do that with 405, it would probably be curtains for you. And he even has the nerve to talk about how, I got it. When you're benching 405 like that and you're struggling and you make the mistake of pressing a little too high on your chest, I doubt you're gonna have the energy to talk mid-set like that. And once again, you're gonna need a spotter or it's night-night. Sign number 4, sketchy plates. Whether you go to LA Fitness, 24 Hours, Crunch, or in the worst case scenario, Planet Fitness, you can easily identify a 45-pound plate. They all kind of look the same besides the logos and some slight designs. But if you're watching a video and the plates look extra shiny and it just looks way too bland, some red flags should be flying, okay? Let's take a look at the same video, for example. I have never seen plates like that in any gym. They look like something that's straight off of Temu. Sure, you might run into a gym that has unique plates, but this is one of the signs that you might be dealing with a video with fake plates. You know, it's actually pretty easy to get your hands on some fake plates. It just takes a quick Google search and you just have a whole array of fake plates to choose from. And now that I said that, there's probably 5 dudes watching this video right now on Amazon Prime about to check that out. Trust me guys, it's not worth it, okay? There's a lot of guys just like me that can easily call this bullshit out. As a matter of fact, after tip number 5, I'm going to tell you the story of an influencer that lost 90% of her followers because she made a video with fake plates trying to deceive her fan base. So sign number 5, the plates don't move the way that they should. When you're using plates, especially like iron plates, and they don't have clamps on either side of the bar, they should be clanging whether you're doing a deadlift or a bench press or a back squat. Unlike those bumper plates. If you're watching a video and someone's using multiple plates on each side of a bar and they're iron plates, you better be hearing some sort of clanging. Sure, buying fake plates and making it look like you're moving more weight than you actually are is an easy way to get some attention online, but sometimes it can backfire. The biggest backfire that comes to my mind is from an influencer called Hiba Ali. Back in 2018-2019 era, Hiba was killing the game. According to my girlfriend, who personally knows her, she even crossed the 1 million follower mark on Instagram. She had a loyal fan base that loved her content. She was always doing like extra workouts with flips in the sand and pulling trucks uphill, all sorts of stuff, and people were eating it up. And so she had to push the envelope even further. So she decided to do a 900-pound wall sit. Let me repeat that again. A 900-pound wall sit. I don't even know if legit strongmen can do this, and here's this 140-pound fitness influencer trying to do it. Back in 2018 when I saw this, I was like,
whoa, that's kind of cool. That's 900 pounds? That's impressive.
My BS meter was non-existent. Everything was rainbows and sunshine. She was getting so much engagement, so many followers from that one viral video, until Kenny KO came into the picture. Kenny KO is like the fitness fact checker of the internet, okay? He calls people out on their bullshit. He challenged Hiba to recreate that 900-pound wall sit with plates that he's gonna provide himself. Of course, Hiba at the time was probably panicking, shitting her pants, thinking,
there's no way that I'm gonna do this again because I'm gonna be exposed.
So she made up a whole bunch of excuses. She said that she got into a car accident the week prior, but after continued pressure from Kenny, they finally met up and she actually followed through with the challenge. And it went as well as you could imagine. It's been years since I watched that specific video, but I think after like the 8th plate, she crumpled like a dollar bill in a strip club. It's crazy to think because instead of just simply admitting that she lied to her audience and just owning up to it, she tried to follow through with this and just crossed her fingers that she could have the strength to actually pull this bullshit off. After Kenny KO released the video, she received so much backlash from this. Her fitness influencer career was just never the same. Like I said, she even crossed the 1 million follower mark on Instagram, and now it's like 90% of that. At the time of this video, she has a mere 136,000 followers. I mean, that's 135.5 thousand more than I do, but that's quite the drop. I don't feel too bad for her though. I'm pretty sure she's set because at the time in mid 2010s, she was killing it with her workouts and selling a whole bunch of workout plans. So I'm pretty sure she's chilling, but let this be a lesson for you guys, okay? Don't use fake plates. Use fake arms instead. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you learned something. Check out the videos and I'll see you in the next one. Profitt out.